All right. So, Kate, I'm very excited about this one. It's a startup, and I took just a glimpse of the page, the hero section, and my first thought was, okay, we can use this as a good example. You know,
Nice.
so, yeah. so
We we don't have a lot of those.
exactly. Yeah. So, and it's a good example which actually fills a gap somehow. You know, I'll get to that, but basically, uh, yeah. Anyway, let's start without further ado. So let's see what the first impression is, and is it clear what this is about? So, okay. So, do you can you guess what I really liked about this page?
Yeah, actually, you can see the product.
Yeah.
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 If that's the product.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very interesting.
Should I scroll a bit?
Yeah, I'm missing something here.
Okay.
Okay, at least no problem wanting us to see what's below
Well,
and to
yeah.
scroll.
Yeah.
Okay, I see something on my mobile app.
Wait, what about
What's going on?
Yeah, but what about the title? Did you read the title? That's a very important question.
Of course, yeah.
Right.
Sustainable farming in
Yeah.
a profitable way.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if I'm to sum up what I really liked about the first thing that I saw here, is that it's a single column layout. You know, like something that we preach, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do see the title. Like, probably the first thing your attention is drawn to is the title. The title is short. It's concise. It says exactly. I think it explains the benefit of the product in a very effective way. Sustainable farming in a profitable way. That's great. Like, I think like almost every title should be like this. And I'll give some good examples after that, which are exactly in that line. And the subtitle, this paragraph, it is really short. It is being ignored, but it's not a big deal in this case. I mean, these subtitle paragraphs, they're generally being ignored, no matter how good they are. You can SEO there. I think you can put some keywords if you want. There, it's absolutely okay. It's not human content, but the title is, and this one is really good. And then the second thing you see is the product in action, which there's like only one thing that's better than this. And this is seeing the product, the actual product in action, not just a schematic, because it adds this level of trust, of credibility, that okay, the product exists really. It's not just a vision, but the actual product exists. And the best examples here are Sonos. For example, by the way, another example of a great title, effortless listening. It's like as short as it can be, Apple have these titles, like my favorite one. I haven't loaded it here, but their workstation, the new one, Empower Station. 2 words basically is the very, very perfect title of something like this. If you can explain your product, the experience of your product, and the benefits of your product in 2 words, that's the only thing which is better than this, in this title. And the only thing that is better than this visual here, than this schematic, is showing the actual product in action, which also gives you some sort of a preview of the experience, some kind of emotional preview of the experience. Like, Like look what they did here. Like there's all this emotional charge, like if you can feel what the product can bring you, that's the absolute best. And another of my favorite examples, of a brilliant title and showing the product in action, in a very Apple-ish type of way, is Unagi scooters. Title is absolutely brilliant. Freedom of movement. It gives you this emotional preview of owning and using the product, which is absolutely great. And the way they showcase the product, of course, is like really like very, very Apple-like style. So back to our guys, back to Ondo. And the third thing I really like here is the way this thing is laid out. It does not give you even a shadow of a doubt that there is more content below. There's more to scroll, just because this visual is not fully visible on the screen. And by the way, here is somehow I'm really tempted to give the bad examples, because I somehow ordered these pages in like worst to best. So let's say, of course, the only thing in the best area is not Apple here, but I'm also getting a little bit sick and tired of giving only Apple as an example. So these are the best examples here, of titles and showing the product. So these are the best. This one is like, let's say it's above the middle for sure. It's somewhere there. It's somewhere along these lines. And so I think the worst probably example that we stumbled upon is this thing. This annoying animation which constantly draws your attention. There's a lot of stuff going on here. The visuals are not really, they're not telling you much. They're very busy somehow. It's like you get this cognitive overload here. It's like it's almost somehow your brain feels that you stay a bit longer here, you're just gonna get seizures. So go back to safety is the natural response here. Also, it's not a single column layout. You're wondering where exactly to look at. Like just compare the busyness of this with let's say the calmness and the concentration of this layout. And then we get other. I'll refresh this one because it's really important how it starts. This one is also a very bad example in that regard. It's again multi-column layout. The guy that's talking, this thing is just constantly drawing your attention because it's a human face, it's movement, it's within a circle. So basically, a very strong pull, very strong attention pull. Like if you even if you want to like read the title on the left, your peripheral vision is going to catch the movement here. You're constantly going to get distracted. So then, it's this constant battle of attention, within a single view of the page, which is really bad. And it somehow doesn't matter what the content is. And this gets a bit better, maybe. But again, this animation, it's still in the worst examples that we have, because this animation is, it's nice animation. It draws your attention, but it doesn't say much. It's not very informative. Again, it's very active. It actively draws your attention, and you kind of struggle to concentrate on the title here. We stumbled upon a kind of a good implementation of this layout of here, where the visual very much explains the product. You very quickly realize that this is a supply chain, and that's what these guys are doing. They are optimizing something in the supply chain. These get better and better and better, and then we have something which is kind of a little bit on a new level. And there's animation here as well, but it is a very functional animation. This is the thing that I really like about it also. the animation really serves the explanation of the product, whereas was it now? Yeah, here it's just effects. He's just visual effects, attention grabbers, and here it's functional. You see the weather station, you see water flowing somewhere, something getting mixed with it, getting distributed. You see up, there's this, even the progress here is moving. So all the movement makes some rational sense. It's not just for the effect. So far, amazing.
Yeah. Actually, the image makes you want to read the explanation. So for me, this subtitle, although it's small, when I see the image, I want to learn more. That's why I have the urge to read exactly what it shows. So in this case, I would read also the subtitle.
Great. Awesome. I mean, that's like unheard of.
Yeah, for sure. It might be that each of these like movements are explained on the image to make it clear, but probably it will make it worse. Like if you show what, for example, each of these things that are moving, there could be explanation what that is, like each of them, and because that will even, like, I can see that the greenhouse roof is opening and closing, but I might miss that the progress bar, for example, on the mobile phone screen is moving. So it might be that I see one thing with explanation, the next thing with explanation, the next thing with explanation. Like if you want to showcase like 5 different features, it might be done like this, although I'm not sure that it won't make it too busy.
Yeah, it might, because I mean there's the, I think it will defeat the kind of the
cleanness,
the cleanness, exactly. Like I mean, ideally what you want to achieve is like something that they achieve here or here. There's this hypnotic kind of effect of this calmness, this kind of serenity that you get in clarity. It's like clear.
Can you have such an effect from a B2B product? I mean, these good examples are B2C.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? I mean, this is a product. We've seen. I mean,
my point is, it's a bit more rational, this decision that you want to make here. That's why probably instead of, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, see, the rational decisions, like you make them, the rational decisions, you do still make them on some emotional push, let's say, and okay, you if that's what if you want to have this feeling that you're making a rational decision, you just should not allow your excitement levels, to reach, kind of alarming level for your rationality monitoring, of your own brain, but you still need to feel the effect of this thing. I mean, this thing should give you more control, and you should feel this, you should feel empowered, you should feel that you're more in control, that everything is, it's ordered, to a degree of higher efficiency, and you have more transparency, you have more control and things like that. And all these are emotions, So, yeah, I mean, I agree. It's more difficult because here they can afford to go overboard in displaying these emotions. You cannot do this in a B2B product. Definitely you cannot show people who are displaying their emotions so freely. They might be considered as a bit nuts, in a B2B setting. You need to be way more subtle, but basically the approach is the same, the goal is the same. So yeah, I think it's absolutely possible. It's just harder, to strike this balance between conveying the emotion and appearing rational. So anyway, I'm really anxious to go to the next section.
Oh, you haven't seen? You saw only the
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've seen this.
Okay,
I just scrolled a bit. I saw the numbers thing, but I haven't seen anything else. Also the numbers, they appear in animation. And here, by the way, my remark is, yeah, it's great. It's great that you show numbers, but
they're very rounded. They're very rounded. My mathematical brains tells me, do they need to add up to 100?
Yeah.
But I saw that they are not. That's not the goal here. Like
but they do. Yeah, absolutely.
They do. Yeah.
That's an very interesting remark. Oh my God, they add up to 100. So it's great content, but I don't think it's perceived in the best way. Let's say. So yeah, the first problem, this is something that I just noticed when Kate noticed it. Yeah, they add up to 100. Okay, so immediately this gets classified, to a different cognitive model. Let's say. They suddenly get perceived as one whole, as parts of one whole thing, and they, wrong model. So misleading. Please don't show round numbers. Anyway, these are not exact. This is anecdotal. Reports, customer reports. That's nice, but this usually works better if you record a testimonial and the customer says it. They say something like, "I've seen 30% reduction in time, in labor time, human resource in this case, 30% reduction in water." So when a human says it, anecdotal is fine.
Yeah.
But when you put it in a formal way, it isn't. So you either put some more precise numbers that don't add up to 100, or you display testimonials somehow, recorded.
I get what the problem is. Like the title says two things. If you scroll up, it says that it's sustainable farm in a profitable way. So first they are showing the sustainable farm. That's what they've done here. They show the features, what the product does. And then they want to show that it's profitable.
Way.
Yeah.
Which is great, by the way, because you open this topic, you're leading into them one after the other. That's you prime them already to think about sustainability and profitability. Absolutely perfect. Great observation.
No, I'm saying that it's difficult to show how it's a profitable thing. So that's what these numbers are about. But indeed, having testimonials, I also thought about that. Someone saying how they achieved something with this will convey also the feeling that we spoke about earlier. Like if you hear it from someone and saying that before how they felt, how they feel now, how they feel more secure, for example. Both good that they are sustainable and in control because they are getting more profit. I mean, if it's a video testimonial, even better, perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, while you were talking, I thought about kind of a quick win here. Why not? I mean, you primed them already, to think about sustainability, profitability. Why not using the word here? Why not using on the profitability or on the profit? Something like this. Just put the word profit in this title, because this is suddenly like, it is within the same topic, but it is within the same storyline, but it somehow feels like now onto something different. So use the word profitability or profit, somewhere in this title.
Here's how Ondo makes you more profitable.
For example, how Ondo makes you more profitable. Yeah, something like that. For example, yeah.
Even with these numbers,
even absolutely. And then the other thing is, these are not very readable, by the way. It's not really clear what these percentages are about. I would probably use some visuals, because another thing that you're priming for here are visual explanations. Like you're visualizing the product. It's like the brain kind of expects visuals, somehow. And why don't you use icons which are in the same style, this trigonometric style, for water? Why don't you visualize it? Why don't you visualize like two containers and like 30% less water in the other container or something like that?
If you look at the image, if you look at the video, there is water flowing. It should be that here there's a pop-up 30% less water.
Yeah, but somehow, I mean, again, I'm really afraid of cluttering this very nice image. That's my kind of that's my concern. But yeah, something that visually connects this image, this very nice visualization or explanation of the product with these numbers. So if it's less water, put something there. Put these two water containers, with some arrow in between or something like this. The reduction in human resources, again, put some icons, like some humans, or something. Fertilizer, visualize it somehow. I guess these are the fertilizers here, I guess, and NPK and whatever.
And they get mixed with water.
Yeah, they get mixed with water. Yeah. Obviously, it's wow. I mean, yeah.
I know it's like that. We had a greenhouse.
Okay.
A while ago.
Yeah, but even if you don't know it, I think this really makes it clear.
Here so you see the water is blue and there's something purple.
Yes, purple. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, like the water with all the nutrients. Anyway, so yeah, visualize here the fertilizer thing. Again, visualize this increase in crop yield. I think it's going to be much more clear. And also because right now the numbers are the percentage is so big. The numbers are so huge, and these are significantly smaller. They're in gray also, so they're really kind of left behind. So some visuals here, definitely.
This section here says that you're not certain about the results. That's what it says.
Somehow. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's, like when somehow you're very proud to put this number, but these things, they show certain insecurity. It's like you put something in small letters. You either don't want it to be read or you're not sure. Something that's the impression. Absolutely. Kate, what is your first impression about these images? I'm really wondering if you can spot it. The product images here. Do you find something that's a bit off? Something odd?
They look like bags. These look like shopping bags to me.
The first two. Okay.
Yeah, some malls do those. I just missed the handles.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't know.
That was surprising, but that's why we had two brains, two pairs of eyes. Because I didn't see that. But what I saw was that these images are photoshopped on top. They're not really there. They're not in these environments. Like the perspective of the image and the product are different. So,
No, I wouldn't have seen that.
Yeah, that's why I asked you, because I thought you wouldn't. Yeah, so I'm not wondering how. So I'm wondering like how important actually this is. But if someone can spot it, it's a little bit kind of reduces the credibility. Like it would be way better if this was a picture of the actual product there on the spot. And there's something again which like I don't understand. Like
it's problem here. It's problem. Like even if I read the title of the product, like the name of the product, I don't get what it does.
Absolutely.
Like, is this a neck conditioner or something? Like,
yeah.
Okay, it's okay to have the product. So on the image,
you can have these exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, you can have these branding. No, that's not what I wanted to do. You have this branding again, on the product itself, fine. But the thing is, like, come on the go, on the pro, like, who has heard about it? I mean, you guys are small with the potential of becoming big, but no one knows what these are on the pro, on the go, on the sense. Like, I don't know, just have some functional titles, like on the weather station, on the whatever this is. What is it?
The first one is
irrigation and fertilization.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely have this.
On the everything. On the everything. I don't know.
On the pro, automation of irrigation. Definitely have this. Yeah.
Full solution, whatever. Yeah. Something like that. And this is only the irrigation, apparently. So, right.
It's actually I'm looking at 3 backgrounds, and I still cannot make what the difference is. Probably if I was a farmer, I would have seen this, but I think they're very similar. Like, they are open field, and only the first one, and actually half of the first one, is in the greenhouse. So
yeah,
it's. Again, like, I cannot make out why those differ and why the background image is actually the same. Like, do you try to tell me something with the background image? I don't see it.
It's like I think they tried to tell that, like, see, this image is this image, the first.
Yeah.
So it's like, so this thing on the sense is maybe it's included in the on the pro. I mean, but the thing is, if it is included, why don't you put the 3 products, in this first image? So this black shopping bag, the white shopping bag, and the weather station, like, put them in the first image. So it's really clear that these 2 are included in this first package, and that this is a package, because on the pro doesn't say that, So just titles which explain what this thing is.
Yeah, the name plus explanation.
Yeah, something like that. And again, you don't need to over brand it here, because the brand is not so strong yet. It's really enough if you have it on the products. They will see it. It's not like you are going to imprint something in their brains. Oh, we have the testimonial section.
Gems.
Yeah. Okay, but I see a fail.
Yeah, I couldn't read the whole of it. Even I couldn't start.
Yeah, you can't even start, and it scrolls to the next one. So it's like, wait a second. I mean, These are valuable. I mean, I am a prospective customer. I want to read what others like me who use it they say. I like, come on, guys, give me a chance. I can't even stop it, pause it.
I need to
So-
go to the full story.
Hmm?
Are they pushing me to read the whole thing? The case
Read the
study?
case yeah, but even if like by the time you realize you might be hovering here, okay, it stops. So when you hover, it stops. But yeah, who will get it that if you want to pause it, you have to hover it. And by the way, it's not. This might happen if I intend to click here, for some reason. But why would I want to read the case study if I can't read the short version? It's like you go to read a scientific paper and they scroll the summary so quickly. They're like, okay, whoever read it already. And they're pushing you to read the full.
Let's say a few
study,
things about testimonials. So you need to have the time to read it, and it's good that it starts with the title, like the essence of what it says to be really.
Where?
At least
title
on
Where,
top.
which title?
No. Each testimonial to have a title.
Yeah, absolutely. Instead of these 5 stars, because
yeah.
These 5 stars, they're from some other universe. It's like they're from like Amazon kind of retail stuff universe. I think they don't belong here. No, like some summary. The title should be something like great control, for example.
Yeah.
Complete
something
automation. Like that. Complete automation. Considerable stabilization of the crop yield.
Yeah.
Precise irrigation. Elimination of human error. All these they're full of gems. These
absolutely.
Take one gem and put it as a title. It's very, very short title, summary of this whole thing. Convince.
They should definitely have titles, be bigger, stay longer, and if people are okay, but they're obviously okay, you can have their image bigger and their names bigger. Like this is really, they should scream, we are proud that we are using this product. Like again, the small font is saying something, we are hiding here something. And this is great content.
Absolutely great content. Yeah, I saw something. We've made the right choice. That's the title of this testimonial. We've made the right choice. And then another thing, by the way, put some quotes, some quotes somewhere. It's a visual hint that this is a testimonial. Yeah, the stars definitely need to go away. Anyway.
The stars could be below
maybe,
yeah.
Maybe, yeah. And case studies, I don't know. The thing is, I don't want to go there because the thing is, if the testimonials are executed in the most effective way, like you don't need the case study. If the titles are there, they're very strong. Like so far, really, absolutely brilliant content we found in the testimonial itself. Like the title should make you read the testimonial if you want to, but ideally it should be enough to convince you. So anyway, join hundreds of farmers that already automated the hundreds. Nah, you have a number. How many? It doesn't matter. Even if it's like 131, let's say, man, that's still a good number. I mean,
this should be on the homepage. Probably, it might be the title of the testimonial section. This thing here. It's great.
The testimonial section does not have a title. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and these logos here, I mean, okay, there's no how they're non logos. Yeah, that's a bummer. I mean, yeah, these
They
farms,
don't have
they don't have
logos.
logos. Yeah, so I would say remove this visual somehow. Yeah, absolutely. So if this is the title of the testimonial section, and you can have these scrolling, not logos, but just the name of the farm below the black box, rectangle. Yeah, that's enough. Just like this title goes on top of the section of the testimonial section. Absolutely. And yeah, quote number. If you have a number, great. And maybe even while we are there, maybe this number is gonna like scroll, like raise with 100. Let's say 131, 132 farms. After a minute, 133. Well, okay, yeah. Ideally, that would be a cool thing. Anyway.
Are those logos clickable or not?
No.
Okay.
They're not. But again, like the same image. No, they fail. They don't need. You don't need these icons, these logos, these fake generic logos. You don't. They don't say anything unique. Redundant. Absolutely redundant. Okay, here we depart from the single column layout. So far, everything was single column. I still count this as a single column because it's one column with like same content inside it. So, okay, so this is okay, fine. It's not so bothering actually. See, here you have some icons. See? Okay. Subscription only. What does that mean? No upfront payment, no risk-free. Maybe subscription only. Like when you, this is something we see quite a lot. There are some titles, let's say, that beg for explanation, and there are some titles that beg for illustrating, showing a benefit. And in this case, you are explaining what it is, but I think the more effective is going to be the result, the effect on them, the benefit, and which is probably something like risk-free, because risk-free says only value. Subscription only doesn't say only value. It's like subscription. There are some downsides of subscriptions as well. So if you say risk-free, no upfront payment.
Yes. No upfront payment is clearer than subscription only, and risk-free, no upfront payment says it all.
This absolutely says it all. So instead of this subscription only, risk-free, no upfront payment. And put this subscription only here. Try our subscription only model, whatever. Or you can just say with our subscription only model, you minimize your risk. You get probably should get some maintenance and something like this within the subscription. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. But I guess you do. But it should be stated why it's not here. I guess you pay the system installation cost, which is absolutely fair. But so 30% increase in farmers' profit margin. This should be shorter. Is it 30% more profits? 30% increase in profit or increase in profit margins. Okay, translate it somehow to something that I don't know. Even if it's not correct, even if it's not really 30% increased profits, but it's increase of profit margin, you can specify it here in this text, but definitely make this title more effective by shortening it, by saying 30% more profits, something like that. Continuous warranty and quality support. I think that's good enough, right, Kate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the shield. Remote control 24/7. Nice. I like the word control. Remote control 24/7 anywhere. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, with these two exceptions. And by the way, see, like they have some icons here. Like the stuff that needs to be, but here they should be somehow really in this style, like color, trigonometry. Anyway. So yeah, surprisingly enough, this section does not bother that it's two layout, two columns, because at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, it's not really two columns. Like this is not the standalone content here. This is nice. I like actually this picture. It points, like even if you look at it, it still points in the right direction of the actual substance of the actual content. So yeah, nice, very nice design touch.
And it
yeah, sorry.
It serves the thing that you were explaining in other cases, that when the content is displayed in different ways, that actually draws the attention, which in this case is correct. Like this is something new, you start reading it. Even if you read only the titles, it's good enough. Like these are the benefits.
Yeah. It is some variety, absolutely. And but the principle of variety and visual contrast between sections here is definitely implemented pretty well.
For sure.
Like
yeah.
That's a very good thing. So here, by the way, there's something that really kind of warmed up my soul somehow, because for the first time here I saw some visual.
Real non-stock.
Well, okay, something, yeah, which is doesn't, on one hand, yes, but this background, these stripes, they like, they're somehow, they say farm. Like you see those type of wallpapers, for example, in farms, or like these stripes are somehow very specific. So, I don't know, they say farm to me, like this whole visual, this whole look and feel, tells me farm. The green color, it's like suddenly I'm on a website of a farm, and again, I somehow actually like that this was not in the beginning, so they did not introduce the striped background from the beginning, in a way, because it would probably distract this anyway. But it's like somehow this gives me this farmy, homey feeling. It's like, oh yeah, I'm suddenly on a farm. I see the fields also here. Anyway, very.
It's the sun.
It's impactful in a very emotional way somehow. So I don't even want to read this thing. It's a definitely very emotional impact. Somehow it doesn't even this doesn't fit, extensible wireless automation. So it doesn't belong to this very rural world here. Open fields, blah blah. Actually, what do you want to say here?
That it works not
It's very
only
nice
for greenhouse, but also for open fields. I think that's what.
Okay,
it says.
well, great. Ondo works not only works for open fields.
Also.
I don't
No, for open fields, it's okay. Ondo for open fields.
Nah, it's not. It's not a complete sentence. There's no verb. It's kind of a label, product label. Ondo for open fields. It's like the name of the solution, but you want to, yeah. If that's what you want to say, that Ondo works also for open fields, because you have been talking about greenhouse, I guess, so far, then say it. It's short enough, and it says what it says. And yeah, and this extensible wireless automation belongs somewhere in the explanation. It's not a value in itself. Like, what does it tell me? extensive wireless automation is nah. I want to know as a farmer that Ondo also works for open fields as well, not only for.
The truth is, on the first image, we saw that it's not only in the greenhouse but also on the field. So, so here you have open fields here. So
Yeah,
here
but
you
you
have
may have.
vines and
Yeah, but you may have
fruits.
missed it. You may have missed it. It may be. It's a legitimate concern, I think. Because you do see predominantly the greenhouse. So maybe you have missed it. God knows. It's a very valid point, I think. It's just it's not conveyed in the most clear way possible. That's all. That's nice. Yeah. If you have this visual which complements the text below, great. It works pretty.
Actually, here they say, okay, so actually for open fields, for open fields, it's actually the primary purpose. If greenhouse is below.
Yeah, fine. Well, I don't know. I'm just thinking how, because okay, on the for greenhouse, okay, it kind of makes sense now, but not. It should make sense immediately. Although in the open field, I don't know. It should not have the name of a solution. It should illustrate a situation. So Ondo in the open field, in the open fields. I don't know, something like that. Ondo in the greenhouse.
Are there icons below here? The greenhouse.
Yeah.
Berries, vegetables, and other.
No, at least one thing more concrete before saying other. Sorry. Yeah. What Kate, you're saying?
No. I was wondering whether, because if that was in the middle and like the other icons were in the middle and were for both greenhouse and open field, but it's not. Okay, so they are showing different products, and here they are showing different purposes, like how use cases, let's say.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's fine. But you know what? I started to notice a huge issue with the page. It's lacking something. It's lacking something big, but anyway. So what a time I chose for such a suspenseful statement. We are already like, what, 20th minute or half an hour already in the review? Okay, fine. I mean, the content gets less and less relevant somehow and impactful the further down we go. Which is absolutely fine, in a way. Although at the end there should be something like some heavy hitter, which I don't. These news and updates, they look a bit, I don't know. Like, don't use white on a blog post image if the background of the page of the section is white. This fragments the rectangle, and it makes it really difficult for the cognitive system to process. Suddenly there's so many, instead of one thing, instead of one box, there's so many boxes here. There's so many elements, it's cognitive overload. Absolutely. It's a very small thing, but it has huge impact. Absolutely same thing here, no go, absolutely no go. You can put some mask on top, some black with transparency, just so this is not white. Also the rounded corners, that's a huge radius. They don't look like blog post Normally you don't even need rounded corners here on a blog post article image. Definitely not. So this visually suddenly it's not on par with the let's say professionalism of the other visual elements above. So keep that in mind. Small change, but goes a great length. Okay, so Kate, what is the thing that's missing?
CTAs.
Yeah, absolutely. There is no the page is very well designed, absolutely great, but there's zero conversion strategy here.
They have the let's talk on
Yeah,
top.
well, this let's talk thing that docks there. No, you don't need this menu. Honestly, it's being so the content is so engaging. This menu being docked just gets in the way. It gets completely ignored. So this let's talk thing is really not effective. Put a CTA here below this visual.
There was one CTA, but it wasn't that green. I just saw it. Another let's talk. Here.
Nah, and let's talk is I don't know. Nah. Is this no? Nah. What's the next step? In the conversion process.
This is something you should talk about. I think. It's probably a matter of discussing.
What do you mean?
What is the next step? I mean, when you meet, you should discuss this.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's not let's talk for sure.
It might be if they think that their potential users are not that technical, are really more into talking, calling, speaking, or meeting them.
Yeah, fine. But it's a big commitment somehow, and it doesn't.
It is big.
And it doesn't say, okay, there's the next value for you. But book a demo, for example. Book a demo is better. I'm not sure if this applies, in this case, but. Oh my god! I just noticed a very delightful detail. This remote thing, this valve probably just released the fluid, with the delay in comparison to the first field,
Yeah.
So it received the signal. Or look at this. So see, it's held. Yeah, this one gets activated. It opens the valve. Let's say. Oh my god, yeah, this thing gets activated, it opens the valve, and then, oh my god, it's delightful detail. Anyway, but yeah, there should be a CTA here. Absolutely. It's just this empty space is just not being utilized. Because at the end of the day, you're making this page so they engage with you. Let's say there are 3 stages in the conversion process. First you have to grab their attention, you have to draw their attention. Second, you have to keep their attention for long enough so they get warm enough, let's say. We call this baked, when they're baked enough, Then the third stage of the conversion process is
you
engagement.
Need to take them out of the oven.
Exactly. You need to take them out of the oven and put them on your table. And here the third, I think this page definitely makes a good job in grabbing the attention, keeping the attention, warming them up, baking them. I mean, I think it does the best job in grabbing the attention, absolutely. Then it falls a bit behind, and then the third element, the engagement, is completely missing, and that's a huge thing. So yeah, CTA here that tells something a bit more concrete, something about the demo, something about demonstration, something something like that.
It might be something if possible, of course, that you promise that you get them some quote or some custom project for their specific case, and you ask for some details, like for example, starting from what type of farm they have. Like if you can offer them some interactive way of supplying some information to
Absolutely.
you and giving them something back.
Absolutely brilliant. So, for example, what you can do here in, like this section is like, I don't get it. It's like, so, like this visual here, this line that goes and this circles around and then goes to the next block of the section. It's kind of self-serving, yeah. It speaks to kind of some young clueless designer did this, because like what else could we do? It's like if you can't think of something meaningful to do, then you do something like this, then you do something like this line. So this section is like, I don't know, I don't get it. I don't get what its purpose is. There's no effect really. But if you replace this with a form, which is on one hand is going to provide some customization, like what the size of your farm, or like what's in there. Do you have a greenhouse? How big the greenhouse is? Blah 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 blah. Something exactly. Kate, that was absolutely brilliant. Something that they can engage with. They can start specifying. They can start customizing according to their specific farm. Something that kind of outputs something. Like
get an immediate estimation, something in that lines. Like
absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Immediate. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That's your estimate, and like that's also the estimate of your cost, and that's the estimate of your savings.
Ooh.
Even if it's even if it's based on anecdotal evidence from previous customers. Even if so, that doesn't matter. It's an estimate. This is your estimated gain. This is what you're going to. So it's a section like this would absolutely kill it, and it's going to do two things. It's going to definitely engage them. It's going to start a customization process. Which I don't want to go there, but it's very valuable experience. They put some investment already in this thing, and it's going to give them an idea of their costs, of their benefit, and it's going to be an entry point for the communication with you. They can submit this thing, they can start some engagement, yeah. So there's this extremely valuable last touch that this page is missing. Which, by the way, don't get us wrong, this is way more than we can say about so many other pages.
Absolutely. We are not even going there in most cases. Like this, okay, the first impression, I give it a 10 out of 10, really. Very, very good. Like, no problem. Like, majority of the pages, we don't understand what they are selling, what they're offering. We don't see a product. It's just something that moves and drags the attention, but doesn't say anything to the user. And most pages scream, "Get me out of here." And this thing, I wanted to learn more. Like, I'm not a farmer, and I wanted to learn more. So great animation, great title. Actually, I think most of the titles were very good. They were really explanatory.
Absolutely.
Very good. And I agree that by the end there were some issues. For example, blog articles. I see that it's good that there's something moving here and is being updated, but I wouldn't put blog articles here. By the end, the page starts missing this vibe, really. And we are not saying that it's easy to do such an interactive form. I mean, it is difficult for sure, like to get an idea what exactly does.
I already know how to do it. I already have an idea how. Yeah, I've
Get
done,
out
I've
of
done
here.
similar things. Yeah,
Yeah.
come on. That's what we do. I mean, come on.
It is tough. No, it is tough. It's difficult, different viewpoints, like from different perspective. You need to go. It's not easy, and
It's
like exactly
doable.
what to ask. I know it's
It's
doable. I
doable.
know it's doable, but it's
Yeah.
it's not easy.
It's not trivial. Absolutely, it's not trivial. You need the experience. You need the understanding. Fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
this engagement, not to drag them away, but to really keep them on the page and not asking too much, but asking enough, and actually lead to getting their details at the end, like and still providing them what they are here for. So it's not easy at all. Like you need to talk with them like about it. It's not something that
but the thing is, like, the page deserves it. Like the work that they have done so far definitely deserves it. Like
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The logical kind of conclusion, the last step of the conversion process. Because
you've done great job for sure.
Yeah. Like if I'm to summarize the how this page fares, it's like the first stage of the conversion process, grabbing the attention, 10 out of 10, absolutely. Keeping the attention, maybe 6, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, something in that range.
Something like that. And
the content is
the last
there.
stage,
Yeah,
it's not executed in the best way, but we commented a lot, on how it can be improved. And the last stage, the engagement stage, 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
So that's how the page fares.
It's probably just if you don't show them first the video, just ask them if they have conversions from this page. Yeah, before you show them the review, ask them if they do have any conversions of the page. They might have visitors, but they're probably not getting a lot of conversions.
I mean, well, the thing is, if you really sold, let's see what do they have a contact? Oh, Jesus, there's no contact. I cannot call. There's a phone number. There's a phone number here. Here, there's a phone number. It's not very easy to find, by the way. But there's a phone number. Like, I don't know. I'm curious, like how many people call them in comparison to how many people click here on the Let's Talk thing. Oh my God! And this
they do have some.
I don't want to comment on this page, but anyway, the thing is, I'm not surprised. Like this page is apparently created by a pretty good design studio, which you can find. You can definitely find good design studios. What you cannot find is good design studios that understand conversion. Like that's almost impossible. I don't know of any. You can find just like an agency which does conversion optimization. Yeah, we know the kind of the best example. I mean, we're in a way that we are trying to be conversion optimization agency which does a very good design job. But basically, a combo between a design studio that can output something like this and an agency like ours that understands conversion, this is a killer combination, I think, somehow. But anyway, now we are talking about ourselves, so I think we should conclude this review.
I'll cut this part. Don't worry.
Great.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. If you stayed that long.
Yeah.